And welcome to a special Halloween episode of The Energy That Surrounds Us. I say special Halloween episode because it is Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Yep, it is.
Halloween, everyone. So I am joined by my co-host, Michelle.
Hey, everyone.
And with us tonight is a really cool guest that I got to meet at Beer Fest when I was back in the end of September. Wow, I can't believe it's been a month already.
Christ.
Went by quick.
But I am proud to have him on and thank Michelle for suggesting it and working it all out so that it could happen. But without further ado, because I know y'all are tired of hearing me already talking and doing all this upfront stuff, I give you the one, the only Wraith Prince.
What's going on, everyone?
Yay.
Yep. Hey, Pete, Kimmy, Eclectic Fire Witch, Kim.
Man, you got a crowd coming out to support you.
Look at you go.
They're awesome. They're awesome.
You got an entourage. Hey, blessed Samhain, Kim.
What's up, David? Dark Hope Paranormal.
So what is going on in the world of the Wraith Prince?
Oh,
I know
man.
you got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, as soon as I got back from Fear Fest, man, I kicked it into another gear. Shoot, where do I start, man? I mean, like with the WRAITH World podcast and the Oracle of Darkness podcast, which I'm bringing back. And then also, too, I got WRAITH Worlds from the Dust, Minerals, and Crystals. We have a crystal store. So we're going to start doing some, I've been saying it, but just getting around to it. We'll start doing some lives on there because we sell crystals. So if y'all need any crystals or anything like that, bracelets, whatever you looking for, just hit me up and or follow that page. And what else? And then too, like I said, I'm fixing to go back to the Haunted Forest in San Antonio here next Thursday. I'll be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I'll be going live from that. What else?
So why don't we take a moment and explain to everyone who may not be familiar what the Haunted Forest is and why you're going back.
The Haunted Forest, and I named it the Haunted Forest. Have you ever seen Skinwalker Ranch?
I have.
That is just like it.
Oh, wow.
And we went there almost 3 years ago now. We went there because my co-founder, which is my son, he's also a music artist. We went to go do a show, and yes, ma'am. And after the show, we just decided to go somewhere. It's the team there, and we weren't even planning to do anything. And so I just Googled a place, and it has an urban legend there with a bridge. The forest has a bridge. You have to cross over the bridge, and so it goes over a river. And but everyone just goes to the bridge, like where all the tourists go and everything, to get a scare. Well, when we went there, I mean, as soon as we got to that place, I mean, you could tell, I could feel it that we weren't in Kansas anymore. This place was different. I mean, the energy of it was just so much. And so we ended up going, and we ended up meeting some people there, and they seen I just had one camera at the time because we weren't even planning to do anything like that. And they ended up going with us inside. We crossed the bridge, and man, that place. We crossed the bridge. It was a husband and wife, their friend, and their nephew. The husband and the nephew seemed like they got possessed by something. And the friend, the same thing happened to him, but he didn't react as much as they did. But we ended up going into the forest, and that's where hardly nobody goes in there. They always, even the investigators on there don't go because they have a bad vibe about it. Well, we ended up going in there because we didn't know anything about it. So we just went in. We crossed over into another dimensions. We lost track of time in that place. It changed us. I mean, and I say that every time. That place changed our lives. We didn't come back even to the same place. I lost a member because of that place. He went back with us a second time, but after that, he ended up just leaving the group. It got to him so bad.
I was thinking at first you lost him in another dimension. Going,
Yeah,
man, that's kind of cold to leave somebody in another dimension.
hey man, that's what happens. And yeah, that's usually I always say that, and everybody always says that. Did you lose him in there? Like you left him? Was it like no? He ended up leaving the group. Let me rephrase that. But yeah, that place there, man, I've been there 12 times already within the last 3 years, and every time we go, that place changes. I mean, Pete right here, Pete from Beyond Belief Paranormal in San Antonio, and he's investigated with me many times. He's a cool guy. He's gone in there with me, and he can validate what I talk about. I finally got some people to go in with me. And I challenge anybody because I talk about there's beings in there. There's beings from other places. You will see stuff and experience things that you have never experienced. This is beyond paranormal. I don't even take very much equipment anymore because a lot of times it doesn't work. It don't work in there. Stuff dies within 10, 15 minutes. It's dead. So it's a place you're gonna get downloaded in there. Like I say 3 things. Either you're gonna get downloaded or upgraded. You're gonna lose your mind or you're not coming back.
Oh wow.
And so it's just like, I was watching an episode of Skinwalker Ranch just yesterday. It's not the show. It's another team that went in there, and they were talking about this place because Skinwalker Ranch, the government was there, and they were hey, what's up, Greg? And they're talking about how this place here has everything in it. And I've seen the show, and I'm gonna go to Utah one of these days.
Oh yeah, it's
on. I've been invited to the Utah Basin and to a couple of 2 or 3 ranches, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely on my to-do list of getting over there.
Right. But that original house, I'm like, that's where I gotta go.
I don't know if you can get there to that place and to where the house is at, but it's really all that area. It's all that whole canyon. It's everything. It's the whole land.
Yeah.
And that's what this place is. When I came back after the first time I started doing the research on it, that land dated back 10,000 years of the indigenous people that were there. It has a story, and that's what we were talking about backstage earlier. When I go to places, I connect with the lands and the people that were there, and they tell me their stories of what happened.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the Utes that were there, right?
Actually, it's the Papaya tribe. It's one of them that was there.
Okay.
And they're actually still there. They're just scattered when they do hold some events there. But that place, like I said, it's shadow people, it's fairies, it's beings, it's interdimensional beings. You'll see things that are there, but they're not there. They're in another side.
Kind of place.
And I know that this sounds kind of out there, but this is paranormal. This is what you call paranormal. It's a supernatural place. And like I said, Pete's been there, and he's going to be there with me Thursday. And he experienced some pretty cool stuff. And I challenge anyone, because I know what the things I say about crossing over into other dimensions and everything. Well, how do you get back? And I have video of a portal opening during the day.
Oh wow!
And so my challenge is it's the same all the time. Anytime anybody wants to go, just get a hold of me, and I will meet you there, and I'll take you in there. Wow. So that's where we're
making that on a trip.
Yeah, you're here in Texas, you're here in Dallas, so you can go. You can meet me there. I'll pick you up on. I'll go this way and pick you up on the way.
There you go.
And So that's what's coming up here, and I know that place has a lot of people, and a lot of people follow that through the years. It's got a pretty big following. That's where also too where I started my shamanic journey, and to get my elements, and I had to earn them.
Oh yeah.
So I have them here. There's 4 of them now, and not this one here because this one I've already had. Oh, don't look, Michelle.
You know what?
That's the spirit element, right?
Being picked on, really? Come on.
Halloween, come on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't like Ouija.
what's Halloween without that? You know,
No, I don't like Ouija.
She closes her eyes again.
It's like it's, and I can't help it when you do this thing because then the East Texas just kind of like leaks out of my face. So I'm sure your Ouija board is not as satanic as most.
And I've used it in there. I've used it in the forest.
No way. No way. I don't want to do that.
And I'm taking it there again because there's another friend that wants to use it again in there. So we'll be
this
going
was
with
the
me.
forest in San Antonio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I want to check out.
Yeah, I would.
But that's just one of the places there. I mean, I'm doing like 3 other investigations there too.
Well,
yeah,
I want to
Pete
go.
is saying something about a glowing stone on a pathway.
Yeah, the rocks. So there's a part in there that will the rocks glow, the leaves glow. If you look into the forest, you will see the old makeshift houses of the indigenous people that live there. But you have to be open to it. I mean, the road winds. It's a pathway. It's a bike trail. What it is. It cuts through the forest, and there's a river going through it also. So you already have a conductor there. And the river even has a story. The first time that we went, and how I remember was because when we came back out from going in straight, and before we went into the forest, I brought the wife of the guy that was there because she was about to lose her mind in there. And so I brought her back out, and then we waited for her husband and her nephew to come out. And they came out and they were zoned out. They were like somebody else. At first, they were joking around, making fun of everything. And then they come out and they jump over the railing on the bridge. And my first thought is, man, how are they? They're like cats. I mean, they just jumped over and just sat there. And it's like they're fixing to fall in the river and they're going to drown. And the river's going to take them this way. Because I remember I could still see it going straight because then it curves. I said, they're going to go down this way and go around the curve and we're not going to find them. They're going to drown. When we came back like 2 months later, the second time, I noticed something different, that the river was flowing the opposite way.
Oh, wow.
So and I remember because I mean, to this day, I can still see it, that if they would have fell, they would have went that way and around the curve. Well, that means the river was flowing to the left. And then when we came back the second time, 2 months later, the river's flowing to the right. So that means we went in one reality, we came out in a different one.
Wow.
That's true because it's rare, and I think I've read of only one river that actually does naturally change its directions, but it's depending on the seasons. It's like, when the snow melts, it runs one way, and then when the freezing starts, it runs another because the current, I think, is stronger when it's melting. I think is the story behind that. Or something, but yeah. So when you're saying it's changing direction, that's not normal.
Yeah. What's up, Reggie? The X.
X in the house.
And so that after that, like I said, every time, even when we were in there, when we got lost. I mean, there's no way to get lost. The friend of theirs got lost, and there's just no way. It's impossible because it's just a trail. You just stay on the trail, come back out, hit the T, and you're back on the bridge. And but there's so much stuff in there. It's just wild. I mean, and there's not very many people that go in there. For as many investigators there is in San Antonio. What's up, Victor? Man, I haven't talked to Victor in a long time. He's in Arizona, and So, but yeah, that place is something else. So yeah, I'll be going back next Thursday, and this time I'm going to cross the third gateway, which is what I call it because what it is. Um, the last time we were in there, that portal started to close on us. It was actually me, Pete, and Lurker Carlos. I don't know if you know who he is.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know who he.
Yeah, he was in there. They experienced that, but this time I'm going to go in after so many times, and I'm going to let it close,
Oh.
and we're going to see what happens.
Oh
Be
wow.
careful.
So,
You know, it'd be interesting to do, Anthony, is take a picture of the forest, like just like showing it, and because it's like I always find it interesting when you walk up to some areas where there's a lot of trees, and you look and you go, "Man, I'll be through this trees in like half an hour to an hour." And then you start walking through, and you realize coming through finally to the other side, and you're like, "It's been 6 hours.
yeah,
How the hell did I lose 3 hours or 4 hours in this small little area of trees?" And so I'm curious if that's what you're experiencing there too. If it's a small area, but the time just gets sucked out.
yeah. No, that forest is big, and I've only investigated just a little bit of it. This time I'm going to another side of it that I haven't been to. But I have taken that video. I've taken that video. I take video when I'm going in because I know it's going to change. And sometimes you don't know where you're at. So hopefully it'll stay on it because most of the time the video gets erased. I have audio. I've had some awesome audio, but it gets erased too. It's like that place it knows what it's doing. Um, I do have a lot of audio, not all that I did catch of the women crying in there of what happened. There was a massacre that happened in there. The indigenous people were massacred. Of course, you got to remember that part of San Antonio was where all the battles were fought.
Right.
And so we go before the battles were fought. You had the indigenous people, the settlers came over and just slaughtered everybody. And so there's a big story that goes to this place. But it's I do take video in there like that. Like I said, I did catch the video of that portal opening and closing. You can see it. It's during the daytime, so it's kind of incredible to have that. But that's what's coming up.
I'm curious, have you ever run a drone over? Because I know you use drone footage sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, the drone, that one we're using another actually Carlos is going in there with me. He went in there this last time. He's got a little RC car with a camera on it. That's all. We can send that into this portal when it opens. Because it's not just one. There's the ones that I know of, there's at least 5. And they all have guardians in front of them. And you'll see them. You can see the shadow people. We call them shadow people, but those are the guardians. You can see them during the daytime. I have footage where you can see them during the daytime.
Wow.
And so we're going to try to send that in. Hopefully it'll work this time.
Wow,
That'd be wild to see that footage.
Oh yeah.
It just gets me because there's so much. There's so much there, and there's so many paranormal investigators in San Antonio, but they will not go in there. They only go to the bridge. Pete's the only one that has gone in there to a little ways by himself, and but other than that, because we'll go in there about 6 miles one way.
God. That's a long way to get out if I want to turn around and run.
Yeah, because there's a big 2-story house on the other side that we've been in also, and that one's 6 miles. So you have to walk 6 miles, and then 6 miles back plus the whatever miles you walk around in there. And there's been things that have there's stuff that came at us through the forest. I mean, you hear it. I've run into a person in there. I think the second time we've been back. This is where it really started getting interesting at the beginning because we were looking for that house. We didn't know it was 6 miles in there, but there was a person that was just out there jogging, and with a backpack on, And I stopped him and I asked him, I said, hey, do you know where this, how far back did you go? He goes, well, I've gone pretty far. I go, have you heard of, do you know if there's a house back there? He goes, yeah, it's 6 miles. And so we told him what we did. So he starts talking about, he called it a stamina, which is another word for Sasquatch or Bigfoot.
Right.
And at that time, I have never been interested in Bigfoot or UFOs. I've heard about them. I heard about the abductions. Okay, like you say, hey, more power to you. If that's what you're into, that's what you're. But I've never been into it. And so, have you ever seen the scenes of Bigfoot of where they break the trees and they make their markers and everything?
Right.
Well, all that is there, and I have pictures of that too. He started talking about it. That's one of the beings that's in there. And he showed us photos and everything. And I did find some footprints like that. There are some footprints in the cement. And but that's coming out of one portal going into another one. But that's a whole nother story. Like I said, this is 3 years of investigating, so there's a lot to it. But I do believe that there's not one, there's a family in there, because you will hear a whistle and they will follow you. And it'll get in front of you, behind you, on the sides. You'll experience that Bigfoot experience. And I was even watching a documentary on Bigfoot one time, and I think it was out of Ohio or something like that, in that forest, and they had audio of the Bigfoot whistling, and it's the same whistle that I have on audio also that we hear. When I heard that, it's like, okay, so now I started getting interested in this and started to do some research on it. So I believe that there is something like that there, or a skinwalker that's also in there. There's many things, like I said, it's everything that you can think of paranormal, it's in that place. It's just, it depends where you're at and how far you go. Hey, Jenny, what's going on, Jenny?
Oh, hey.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. She was a clown last night.
Yeah, I seen her.
Halloween thing. That was so cute. I love her little witchy booties that she was wearing. Those are adorable. They just like slid over her shoes, I think. But it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they did great makeup on it over there in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what's coming up, so I'm excited about it.
Cool. What are you
that's
gonna
really
do with
cool.
Videos and stuff? Like, are you gonna put them somewhere where we can see them, or like?
Yeah, I usually go live for a little while in there, depending on where I'm at, and just depending on what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna go. Because now I've had such a relationship with the people that are there that there's some places that I don't film.
Right.
Right. And so I'm kind of curious because, like you're saying, you're starting to get more into more of the paranormal, especially with this forest. Do you feel like there could be, instead of the echoes that you're hearing, like you said, a family, could there be maybe natives that are trapped in there
Well,
because of the portals?
yeah, that whole place is indigenous. That's what it was, and there's shamans in there. And what happened is that they massacred the tribes. So they're all there. You hear the women crying. You hear them with your own ears. All this is audible. It's not, I usually don't I don't run anything through like the evidence that I have from places that I go to, apps or anything like that, editors or anything. Try to get that sound and try to hear it. You're gonna hear it just like you heard it a while ago on what I played earlier.
Oh,
It's just flat out. I don't spend time on that. I probably got a gold mine in there, but I don't try to dig that hard. I like to hear it, and if I don't hear it, then I just move on.
Right. And
Man.
I'm curious because I know San Antonio has the Black Swan Inn, which was part of the Second Texas Revolution. And yes, Texas did have 2 Revolutionary Wars. I did the research. We're only ever taught about the one. But do you feel like that may have been part of this in history, or
No, what happened there was before all the wars. This goes back. Gotta remember that this goes when they were in 1981. They were digging the Applewhite Dam there, and when they were digging the dam, they found artifacts, and they dated those artifacts 10,000 years. So you have tribes that were living there. It's not just that one tribe; multiple tribes were living on that land throughout those 10,000 years. So, like I would say, okay, you got how many generations is that, and where did they bury them? They're buried there. And then 10,000 years later, they come and build a bike trail through there. This federal land now, I believe, the state or got the land, so now it's protected land. So nobody can go in there now and try to build on it, because they did try to build on it before. So now it's protected land. So everything that was there now it's protected. It's there. No one can go knock the trees down or build anything on it. So they come and build a bike trail right through this place that has how many generations is 10,000 years of people that were indigenous people that were buried there. And not only that, it's just because of what really happened to them. Why aren't they around anymore? Well, because they were all massacred. This was way before the battles that were there. They were done in San Antonio, with the Alamo and everything like that.
Right.
So
Jenny was pointing out your fire is giving her Christmas vibes, which I gotta say, Christmas is year round for me, so that's not hard to do. But Victor brought up something that I've read about, but I haven't really gotten into, and I keep meaning to, but I keep getting sidetracked. Is the legend of the La
Llorona.
This is right. La Llorona.
La Llorona. You gotta roll your tongue.
Is it Llorona?
Yeah. You gotta roll your tongue.
I thought we only rolled the tongue on the R's.
You gotta roll.
Yeah. What's up, Marianne? Thanks for coming in, Marianne.
Hey, Marianne.
There's another legend of I think it's called Hollering Creek, which is about the La Llorona. There's just so much there. That place, that is why the reason why I'm moving there. I'll be there here in about 5.5 months. I'm moving there.
Wow.
Just to be there and just to be closer to this forest, so I can just go every weekend and go disappear. Maybe I won't come back.
Oh.
That or open up tour group, open up a tour company.
Don't give my stuff away. I got big plans over there. But yeah, there's just so much. There is so much in that place. Of course, you got Austin right around the corner. I can't believe you haven't been down there. I mean, I'm only 4.5 hours from there.
I mean, I'm going in this weekend, so, but not for that.
Yeah, the farthest I've been to Black Swan Inn, and I've been to Yorktown, Lavaca.
Been to Lavaca. Mm-hmm.
And been to Goliad, Gonzales, Cost, and Gonzales, but I missed the chance of getting into the La Bahia because it was closed by the time I got there. Found it. But yeah, it's interesting because being up here, it's hard when I'm looking up stuff and going, where are these? And it's like, I'll be honest, I have come across zero information about this forest that you're talking about and everything. And so it's like, when you're sitting there saying it's in San Antonio, I'm like, my God, I was there. If only I had known. And that's the story of my paranormal travels, is I go to places. Like I've been to, an example is Cahokia, like 3 or 4 times in Illinois. And I walk the grounds of the mountains that are there. And now I find out there's more. There's paranormal twist to it and everything. And I'm like, my God, if I had only known when I was there, now I got to find time to get back there. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's funny how life works, that it's like, yeah, you find out everything after you're there. It's like, really? You couldn't have, filled me in before?
Yeah. Well, like I said, this place here, we weren't even looking for that. We did a show. Say my son is a music artist. We did a show in San Antonio. We got out about 10 o'clock and got, you know, four guys down there on the loose. What do? We just go find somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And I just Googled this place, and out of all the places, this one popped up, and we just stumbled over this. This was and mainly that's how I've noticed that about me and my group, is that we always seem to find places that people have never gone or never heard of.
Right. And Fear Fest was a great example of that. Is you're like messaging me, hey, where's the places to go? And I'm like, this is in my backyard. I don't have a clue what's around here. I'm asking, and everyone's like, well, I know there's a cemetery that has a moving tombstone. And I'm like, wait, what? And they're like, but I don't know where. And I'm like, really? You lead with the hook and then you drop the chain? It's like, that's cold.
Yeah, that one we did at 2 a.m, Reggie and myself. We left the room at 2 a.m.
Yeah, but you guys, you seem to find, and I'm wondering if it's like you're connected somehow to the paranormal, that you seem to like just land in the right spot, the right time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even the forest has its time. It's 11 o'clock. You have to wait to go in at 11. It has to be at 11. Like I said, there's just so much to this place. It'll take 5 hours just to even get started on it. 'Cause I've done that on podcasts before. And but that's what I'm saying is I don't know. I just have a knack for being led to certain places, and once I get there, I connect with it.
Yeah.
I didn't used to be like that though. Now I've been doing this for over 40 years, and so back then I was really bad. I would say bad because, yeah, we did, and it's just something that back then, like I said, I was different. I was more, I wasn't nice. I was like, I guess what you call Zach Bagan kind of type of thing. I wanted to fight everything,
Man.
and I wanted to fight everything and pull everything out of there. I wanted the baddest spirits to come out and fight them and stuff. But I've had some experiences that changed that.
Right.
I'm glad.
And one of them was because I ended up getting possessed one time, and that one kicked my butt. And I went in there into that one, cocky and everything else, and yeah, I got my butt handed to me.
Yeah.
So after that, it changed me. And then the forest changed me too. I mean, that one used to beat me up at first. I would literally come back to the room with bruises.
Oh wow.
And until finally, when I started to come at it a different way, wanting to know instead of just just treating the spirits as people,
Right.
and talking to them just like I'm talking to you. And if I want, to get to know you and everything, and I started doing it like that, more with being genuine. I always say, I was not really caring about what happened. Tell me what happened. Sit down, like sitting down with somebody, and just trying to find out, what's going on in your life. And so that's the way I come at it now, that I get so much response now with it.
Yeah, and I love how there's something similar between you and I that I just pieced together, because we were talking and sharing stories and stuff over Fear Fest and getting to know each other. But like you're saying, there are guardians at the portals, and you're one of the rare people that I know that'll call a spirit their guardian. And when I was in France at Rennes-le-Château, I was going in like you at night when you're not supposed to be really around town. And the first night, the guardians did not want us in there. It's like I could hear them rustling in the little areas of like maybe 2 feet wide of trees, and I could hear them running, but I could never see them. And I was like, dude, we got to turn around to my friend. And finally, another night we tried and got in.
Yeah.
And I think it's like you're saying is they read our intentions and they're like, okay, we'll let you in, or no, we're not going to let you in. And they'll make their presence known to where you're like, yep, not going in.
Yeah. And that place is like that. There's many people that are trying to remotely go there, and they'll get kicked out. They'll get their butt whooped. They're real picky about who they allow. And there's only been a few people that have actually been able to go in physically or spiritually into that place. And some of them you can't go in. Like you say, you'll know. They'll let you know that you can't go into this place. I know there was a couple of portals there that we seen, and I know when I mean portal, I know that it still blows people's minds, which I don't understand because we're supposed to be paranormal.
Right.
And it's like working at McDonald's and you don't know what a Big Mac is.
Right.
It's like, what? You never heard of Big Mac and you work at McDonald's? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we knew you get that instinct feeling that if I had said to that one is if we go into this one, we're not going to come out because we're gonna be somewhere else. And literally, it's people have asked me, so what do you mean when you cross dimensions? So do you actually literally go into another place? Well, for there, I'm pretty sure it's different in different areas, different places. Like I said, like Skinwalker Ranch. I mean, that place. I'm gonna have to get there. I think if I go there, I won't come back. I'm gonna go into. I'm gonna find something, and it's just that everything changes in there. What I mean is like you just know that you're not in the same place, and it looks different, and you'll experience. It's very hard to explain because it's an experience for the person that goes in there. Everybody's going to experience something different, in a way. Whatever it is that you fear, whatever it is, it's gonna heighten your abilities. It's either going to break you or it's going to make you stronger.
It's kind of like what was it? Dagobah. If you're familiar with Star Wars, that cave that Luke went into where he says, what do I need to take in there? He goes, you don't take any weapons in there. You're only going to take your mind, and you're either going to be broken when you come out or you're going to be stronger.
Right. Exactly like that. Because that's the reason why I stopped taking equipment. I mean, I'll take a camera, but most of the equipment doesn't work, So, and there's times that I've gone in there by myself, and because it's not. That's what I mean. I go live to a certain extent, and then there's places that I don't. There's more. There's sacred places, and so I just go in alone. There's times that I actually wanted to go in there naked.
Oh, that's yeah. Okay.
I mean,
well,
I know it sounds crazy, man, but
no, I totally understand. I want to run around naked all the time. Just like anytime I see a fire, I'm like, oh, wait.
There's one right there.
Yeah. Look at you. You're like right here. Blow me up the screen. Yeah.
Michelle has a fan here wanting to see her feet.
Oh, man.
No, I didn't get a pedicure today. I don't think I can do that, but thank you for asking. They're lovely, if you're wondering.
But I mean, like to take off my shoes and connect with the ground, really connect with the forest,
No, I get it. I'm just laughing at Reggie's comment.
Yeah,
my equipment will work very well in the forest, and Anthony. No naked stuff.
We're getting naked, Reggie. Because Reggie's dying.
Reginald's a party pooper.
Yeah, he's dying to get there, man. He's so right now so envious. I know you're crying right now, but I'll be there next Thursday. And so yeah, when you come down here, when you get down there, we're going in there naked.
There you go.
There you go, Reggie. You got a great offer there.
And we understand what cold weather does. Okay.
No, we'll go in the summertime.
Yeah.
Then the mosquitoes are out.
It depends. You know, that place is different. Like I say, there's another place right down the street from it. It's called the Chinese graveyard, and it's got its own thing too. And that place, we got run out of that place by mosquitoes. I mean, I'm talking about a swarm of mosquitoes. They weren't there when we went in, but once we got in so far, I don't know what happened. They started, actually, we heard a knock come from the ground, like if somebody was in their grave knocking on their coffin.
Oh wow.
And as soon as that happened, right after that, these mosquitoes started coming out. And before you know it, you could literally see, even though it was dark, you could see it turn darker because it was just swarms of mosquitoes that I had to cover my face up with my shirt because I was breathing in mosquitoes and we're getting bit. And but we were just down the street and we had no mosquitoes there. Like I don't get bit in that place anymore. That's different.
Yep. I think we're losing P because I think he's gonna go live on.
He's just gonna tease me, man. See, he does this to me all the time. Then he sends me the live, man.
I know. I find it funny when like I'll be on show and all of a sudden my phone will start blowing up and it's like so and so is live and I'm like, and they're inviting you and I'm like, you do realize I'm on show.
Yeah.
I can't join your live and host a show at the same time.
I can't go live in the forest because he goes there. He like I said, he goes in the beginning part of it, you know, just the edge of it. And I can never get on live with him. If he leaves there, I can get on live, but it won't let me. That place wants me to be there physically.
No, that's cool when that happens, and it's kind of has me thinking in a different way. Like when you say knocking on the ground, is I was watching either Haunted America or Haunted History. I think it was Haunted History. And they were talking about this area where they actually showed footage of the land where it goes like this. Like you have a hill, and then the hill starts to do this. And then the hill next to it starts to go up and down. And they're like, the land is breathing.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, that would be so wicked to watch and witness. And I'm wondering, you know, like with the knocking that you're talking about, I wonder if it's like a precursor and the ground's going to start breathing.
That knock, actually, I have found a video like about 14 years old. And there was a man talking about that when he went there, he heard knocking.
Oh, wow.
So like I said, there's so many places there, but the one that we did over there in New Orleans, those cemeteries, those were the most active cemeteries I've ever been to.
Who are we waving at?
Reginald saying Greg is calling me now to ask if I want to go live now. Lots of laughs. I've already started and finished the X Factor for tonight. Lots of laughs.
I didn't see it. I usually come on that one sometimes.
I'll actually be on Greg's show coming up, so that'll be a lot of fun.
I don't think I've met him yet, Greg.
I will be on Greg's show November 17th.
Yeah, Greg.
So that'll be...
Greg is bucking to be a future Wraith hunter.
Really? So are you going to start making a deal where to be a Wraith hunter you got to survive the forest?
I've said that before. I says, you know, if you want to come in, you gotta survive that. Actually, we have shirts like that. We made some shirts like everybody goes in the same, but nobody comes. Everybody goes in, no one comes out the same. It's about the forest.
Oh wow,
that'd be a cool shirt to have.
Yeah,
actually.
it's a cool T-shirt. There was another shirt we were supposed to get a while back. Remember? I can't remember who it was though.
You know, I get offered so many times I've lost track, but yeah, I remember
bragging about his T-shirt. He's like,
Yeah.
all the time. They want to
Yeah.
dress me.
Yeah, we also have a my son also does he has a business where we do all our shirts.
Oh, nice.
Which is nice because you were just saying you recently changed the name. So it's nice when you do your own because then you don't have to worry about it.
Well, no, because Wraith World is the same. It's just Oracle of Darkness. It's Wraith World's Oracle of Darkness. It's just a sister podcast of that podcast.
Right. I meant changing the name of the shirts because you were Texas Wraith Hunters and now you're just Wraith Hunters.
Oh man, you just
as Texas Wraith Hunters.
I guess you just popped that one off because I've been waiting to do that. So I guess
it was just like, and then I just sent you a message earlier about Texas paranormal stuff, and I was looking back through and I was like, wait a minute. This is missing Texas. What the heck? He's supposed to be representing here.
Yeah, we discussed that at Fear Fest.
So I guess this is the sign to drop Texas.
Well, that sucks. I don't like that.
Well, it's because everybody's Texas. Everybody just here is Texas.
It's a big state. We're proud. Everybody needs to put Texas on everything.
No. See, there's a way you can keep Texas without calling out Texas. I figured this out, and I like the way you do it. Is you just like the sleeve, you just put the outline of the state or the Texas flag on it, and then it's like your Wraith Hunters. Texas is right there. You still got it. You just
because see the one behind me, that's actually the original logo,
right?
Yeah.
And but everybody, I mean, I just started to see that a lot of people started popping up with that Texas sign on it in paranormal. So then that's why I changed the logo now. It's a whole different one now. Just to kind of stay different.
Yeah, but talking about cemeteries, we got a video of a cemetery you sent us. Should we watch it now?
Sure, you want to laugh?
So, fair warning to everyone that there is a surprise in this video. So, this comes directly from the Wraith Prince. So, let's check it out.
Say there might be some potty words. Is that what?
Yeah, this is in New Orleans. The one we just did in Fair Fest.
Okay.
Hello, yes, sir. Yep. I'm gonna try to get it over here further from Reggie. Reggie? Yeah, Reggie's here. David. Hold on, everyone. Let me get over here. Okay, let me see. Let me go here by this tree. Yes, the tree's here. Well, I tell you what, this is one active cemetery. Yes, it is. Yep. He said, yep. Hello, Elaine. Can you help this? Whoa. Is there something you want to say to us? You can use this device to talk to. Elaine, are you with us? Oh wow. This is pretty cool. This place has a vibe of its own. I have never been in New Orleans on above ground cemetery. Oh shit! What the fuck is that? It's okay. Yeah, I know. Well, it did because see, that's what scared me up there on top. It's a balloon. It was a reflective balloon. Your daughter? See, that's what scared me right there. That balloon reflected. Hey man, that's twice I've gone. Okay, let me get back. Man, Reggie is loud with that SB7. Oh wow, man, this is wild. We got Horace Martin.
Did that just say dad?
Dang, Reggie's loud. Yes, that is Greg. Hey, Greg, they just hit your mind.
Oh, gee,
There
you
are a
got
lot of people
blasphemy.
talking here. A lot. Look at that moon up there.
Oh yeah. Hey, going up this around the curve as I'm coming through. I hear what sounds like a small rock come up the road at me at my heels, and we turned around, and I'm like, "You guys throw flick a stone at me or something?" I know that's what I heard.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how you hear sometimes a Bigfoot will like toss a pebble. Well, that's what happened on the road over there. It was right behind me. I heard it bounce off the road right behind me.
Okay.
How many are here with us right now? Just before you said that.
That was cool.
Just now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ruby? Hi, everybody. I can hear you. I hear you talking. And I love you. Hi. You don't feel good?
I'm on live, Greg.
Hey, I love you. What's wrong? Yeah, you can talk. Right here is a little stone talk. How many are here with us right now?
Love you. Go in this corner. When I screamed, that balloon scared me. That's why I got scared. So, how many of you are here that are awake?
We're here for
7.
you, so you get an opportunity to say
Thank
hello
you.
to
That's cool.
everybody.
There's 7. Can you give me your name so I can? Can you give me your name so that I can go to your? We got Tony. I heard that, Tony.
Yeah, I heard that too.
You can communicate through this device. You can. What is in this corner? What is in here? A girl? What is?
Sounds like fire.
In the what? In the gravestone? Whoa. Yes, there's a lot of people here. A lot of people have been speaking.
Is that broken brick on top of her grave?
Bill? Is this where you at, Bill?
This part here is real cool.
These above tunes are so cool. Just heard a whistle. Everybody's talking. Everybody's talking at the same time. I need just one at a time if y'all can do that. I know y'all are excited because see, we have Sarah. We have Ernest. Yeah.
Oh,
Can't see the names. Mabel, Lisa. I've heard Lisa already like 4 times. We have Beulah. Hello, Beulah. Hi. You are a loved mother. So is this the rest of your family?
Did I just say no?
good help.
Your daughter? Mabel's your daughter?
That's what that's. Oof, that guy. I do not like that guy. The one that keeps coming through, he's strong. Oof. No, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, are you trying to play another one?
No, see how they were all
Oh, there's so many.
talking. They were all talking.
Yeah.
They were like all waiting for me to go there so they
Yeah.
could speak. I mean, this is way more than the usual hey or a growl. I mean, every 3 hours, you know what I mean? This is just constant, and there's so much in between there. I mean, that was just something that I started working on pulling out. Reggie actually has some more that, oh man, it's just awesome. But there's just there's another scene in there too where I tripped, and they said trip, and I said, yeah, I tripped. I almost tripped back there, and then it says, yeah, that's bullshit. It says it just like that, but I think I just jumped a little bit too far on it when I was trying to kind of get through it.
Man.
I mean, it says it's clear as day. Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's funny.
I mean, that was just that.
Yeah.
This is really going to make Michael think, damn, I should have went, man.
Man, if I'd been there, I'd have had to take a nap.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be able to go very far. I'd been like, with all those going through, how are you not exhausted? Like, I get exhausted when all those things are coming through.
You just put your shield up.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do all that shield stuff.
We went into the mausoleum because there's a mausoleum that we went inside, and it's two sides of it. Reggie went on one side, I went on the other side. They were knocking on the walls. You could hear knocking, and then I said, "Is that y'all knocking?" He goes, "It's us." I mean, you could hear it like we're talking right now. There was so much activity in there also, and that was just one cemetery.
I haven't been to New Orleans. I'm still scared to go. Like, I know I'm supposed to go. I know there's someone there I'm supposed to meet. Like, they know they're supposed to meet me, and I'm supposed to meet them, and they've got answers for me. But I'm horrified. After Katrina, I'm just horrified to go.
Reese says my energy is infinite. I'm never drained. I wasn't drained either. The only time I was drained was the last time that we went. Because we had gone to Bourbon Street. And I came back and I actually fell asleep on a tomb. I laid the camera down like this. I was live and I said, man, I was out of it. So I just laid down on top of one of those tombs, and I know that was probably pretty bad, but
wow.
I was just looking at the moon and saying, I passed out and I'm live.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they've been kind of.
Oh, that's got to be the longest live of a moon probably ever.
Well, actually, there's another scene that I didn't play on this one. There was another time that I had set my camera down on one of the tombs, and I was taking a break, and then right in front of it, you could see the dark spirit. It was just a dark shadow that came out from the left. It came out and it went like this, and the camera tried to focus in and out, and you can see it come out, and it went passed right in front of the camera.
Oh wow!
That is a very cool clip.
Yeah.
You could see it come out, and it went right in front of the camera, and the camera tried to zoom in on it.
Wow.
So where is the location like you feel drawn to go to that you haven't been to yet?
Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah. Definitely.
That one is the top of my list. I mean, my second one will be, of course, the catacombs in France. But now you're talking about a way out there, and you got to go, and you got to go. But maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. But I know that I can get to Utah.
Oh yeah, Utah's a doer.
Yeah. So that one, I'll definitely be doing that one.
It'll take like what, 12 hours to get there?
I don't know how far it is.
To France.
I think it's
12 hours.
I think it's longer than that.
I know Italy's 18.
I think it's close to 20 hours to get into Utah.
I'm talking flights, not miles.
Oh, flight? Yeah, if you're lucky, you could probably get there in 3 hours.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
Yeah, I won't drive. This
Wow,
New
like-
Orleans trip that's the last time I'm driving that far. That was 14 hours, and they kicked my butt.
Yeah.
Because we drove. Well, actually, I kind of did it in two parts because I drove from here to Dallas, was 5. Spent the night at my daughter's, and then we left from there, which was another 8 hours. But I already had got a little bit of rest. But then once we got there, that with all the driving, and then New Orleans was an hour from where we were at to cross the long bridge, and then
Yep.
all the walking that we did it on Bourbon Street, then come back. So there was just a lot. I was exhausted by the time we left there.
Yeah. And
And the
Bourbon
drive-
Street was hilarious. We're like so there just walking up and down the same street like 6 times, and we're like finally start looking at each other going, are we still on the same street? It's like, yeah.
What's up, Bert? Good to see you again, man. We're gonna hook up, man. I'm getting closer. I already knocked one person out already in Lubbock, so you're next.
What a cute name.
Humberto Tamez.
Humberto.
Alberto. It's a neat name. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, he investigates too. He does some awesome lives. He does some pretty good investigating down south.
Nice.
Yeah, so where's a place that besides the forest, where's a location that you've been to that you're like, man, I'm so glad I went there. I gotta go back.
All of them. I'm a Mexican.
I figured that. But I've spent a lot of time in Mexico, and So my mom was an ESL teacher.
Well, my stomping ground is San Antonio.
Yeah.
Because there's so much there. I mean, it's not the forest is like the main attraction there for me. That's my place to go. I always go visit there. But there's so many other places. There's another place that I did there. There's a well, and that's another thing that people didn't even know that there was a well, and I found that well, and I did a live from there also. That one we also got a lot of story from that well, so that's another place that I want to go back to. I say we're doing three new ones. Well, for me, when I go, there's another place like the forest. It's another park. That one you can go inside of it too and just walk in there and go into the forest also. And then I think Pete's got some battlefields that not too many people have gone to.
Yeah, that's what's piquing my interest is now that I'm aware of the second revolution, I'm like, I want to go check out the sites of the second revolution because I know there's got to be activity there.
There's activity everywhere over there. I mean, it's all built on top of native burial ground. The plazas are built on top of them. You can Google that and it'll show you.
Yeah, I think San Antonio, isn't it the second or third city of Texas?
Second.
El Paso was first, only by, I think, 10, 20 years?
I don't know.
But, oh, there he is.
Yeah.
He froze up on us.
Yeah, somebody got on the internet or something. No, it does that every time I talk about the forest. It never fails. Something will start glitching. Somebody will have dreams about it. I get messages after shows when I talk about it, which that's why I don't talk about it very much anymore. They had dreams about it. They're called to it. All kinds of crazy stuff happens.
So I got a question before I'm about to flip something, which I haven't talked to Michelle about. But the question for you is, because I know being in San Antonio, I'm sure you've collaborated with other teams. But who is someone personal and a team that you've seen and you're like, man, I wish I could investigate with them?
There?
Anywhere.
Oh, anywhere? That's a hard one, man, because I really don't think like that.
Right.
Half of them won't do the stuff that I do. Who to investigate with? I think the one that I would like to see in person, but she only goes so far too. I think would be Cindy Kaza.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because she does go to places like that, like the type of places that I go to, and I like to see that. And did I say Zach?
Just saw that too.
But I would, you know what? I wouldn't mind going and investigating with him and his team.
Maybe like 6 years ago.
You know,
You back it up and go investigate.
just to say I've done it.
Yeah.
Just to say, hey man,
Yeah.
he really does take off his shirt.
Send him in the forest.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, Zach. I'm sorry. It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't knock the guy. I mean, I know everybody can get to a certain point. You know, I mean, it happens. It can happen to anybody. You know,
Yeah.
You're not careful, but without that show, without him doing that, whatever it is, 10, 15 years ago, you know, he brought the paranormal to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he
Broke
opened
ground for all of us.
he opened that door, you know, and a lot of people don't give him credit for that. You know, they just see, okay, he acted goofy 16 years later, but you forget where it started from. You know, so I really don't knock the guy. I mean, I know a lot of people are gonna hate me now, but it's all right.
I don't knock him. I just knock that he will antagonize and instigate and then send somebody else in. I don't like that.
Well,
personally.
you haven't investigated with me yet because I do use bait.
Yeah.
And,
Yes,
I'm known for that.
Yes, but there's a difference there. You don't chain someone in the room. Or you better not be chaining somebody in a room.
You don't know what he's doing in that room.
I don't follow any rule book or nothing. I break every rule, jump every fence I can. You know, I have live video that I didn't even realize that I showed no trespassing, and guess what we're doing? Jumping the fence like cats. And we're live, and I said, "Oh shoot! I just remembered we're not supposed to do this." Oh well, you know.
Too late now.
And the only reason I do that is like I go by myself. I've gone to places by myself. I've gone in the forest by myself. You know, I'm going by myself this time again down there. But I'm meeting up with some people, with Pete and other people that I would collaborate with. But I don't. For me, I'm asked that a lot. But in my mind, I have one life. That's it. This life right now. This is my life right now. And I'm gonna live it to the fullest. You know, some people call me and I'm extremist or whatever, or you're stupid for doing this, or you're stupid for playing with the Ouija board or whatever. But I don't want to be in my passion of investigating. The podcasting is cool and everything, but that is where my passion lies. And I don't want to be on my deathbed if I get an opportunity to go out that way. And my last thought would be is, now, excuse my language, is I should have jumped the fucking fence.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go out that way. So I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna do it all, and I use every tool that I can think of, or you know, that's why I collaborate with certain people that other teams don't get with them, because they use different devices, or they're unorthodox the way they investigate.
Right.
But you got to use everything. You never know. You know, sometimes the $200 toy doesn't work, but just no batteries required deal works. I've had this has for me has communicated with something that actually had a part in changing in the way I investigate. You know, and it was a place down here not too far from Mineral Wells. And that we channeled 4 girls in a place that used to be a brothel, and the spirit, they told us their dad had dropped them off and told them he's gonna stay there with a friend, and with a friend ended up using them as prostitution, but they were young at the time, and they were mad at their dad because they told us that was their friend, and he was gonna leave us here, and he left us. And now this man started to use them. And when we were in that house, it was a 2-story house. Some other investigators were there. Everybody was being pushed in some way or another. In fact, I was coming down the staircase with my equipment, and I got pushed, and I almost started tumbling in those staircases, those old staircases, like you see in the movies.
Yeah.
Right.
And everything's made out of thick wood. I mean, and then the one of the girls that we channeled was 4 of them. She was telling us that the man, if they would get pregnant, the man would throw them down the stairs, so they would have miscarriages, because they're no good to them if they're pregnant. You can't use them. So that kind of pieced it together why people were being pushed.
Right.
And we that's one time that I have these tripods, and I have some really heavy tripods with my camera on it, and it locks in there. You can get the camera and lift the tripod with it. It knocked the camera off. It knocked that camera off. It killed the other camera. I mean, within minutes, that I had to use my tablet, to record, but it was knocking stuff down in that room. And but every time that we would try to cross him over, he would show up, and they would just stop talking, because they'll say he's here, and then they'll sit. That's all you heard. And it really got to be really personal, because when I came home, I actually broke down in tears, because I could still feel their pain, because they were being extorted like that in life, and now they're still being extorted like that
even death.
Yeah. And then when we were going to go back to that place, we got another opportunity to go back a few months later. And I told my friend that was my other investigator friend, I said, well, when we go back, are we going to try to cross them over? He says, well, but we got to remove that spirit. And so he literally came out and said, well, we're going to have to ask permission from the owners, because I know Mineral Wells is like that. And the Mineral Wells will not allow this board in there, if I'm thinking of the place that you went to. And that upset me so much that these people, I had to ask permission from the owners to release those girls, because he said that's their bread and butter. And that's when it comes down to these haunted places and people that run them. And so they're not only were being extorted in life, now they're still being extorted in the afterlife. Exactly. for profit. And that really upset me, that I had to ask permission. And I asked the owner if it was okay when we got there, if we could cross them over and remove the spirit. So that stayed with me for so long, because I didn't get the opportunity to go back myself.
Right.
And that I even have communicated with them from here. But that changed the way that I seen the whole paranormal thing. The shows, people, the haunted places that people run. You see them on Facebook all the time. Come down here, for whatever amount, investigate this place. Exactly. But it changed my whole the way that I investigate and the way I look at paranormal now. Yeah. Which made me better, but it also too it has upset me so much about it, that I try to do my thing genuinely without any of that. So I really do try to get to connect with them and get the story. Just like right now, you're doing that with me on here on this show. It's the same thing that I do when I go out.
Right, and I respect that. And we are getting close to an hour and a half.
Yeah. That's it?
That's time.
You don't want to come on my show then?
Well, we are on the radio. We have 2-hour time slot on radio, but Showtime, we're supposed to be an hour, but there's no show on after me on the network, so
Yeah.
I'm able to go longer.
What network are you on?
Paralinks 1 I'm on, and Parapost, but Parapost doesn't care when we air.
That's why I'm on Paralinks Plus, because I don't
Right.
get on time slots.
Yeah,
But,
I'm on Paralinks Plus too, but the primary channel is 1.
yeah, I don't follow the rules. I don't have rules. But and I'll do it this way, Michelle. That's why for me also too, this is different for me. See how I
Right.
did it? See how I did it?
Thank you.
This is different for me.
I appreciate it.
So my question to you,
Is this the one I don't know about?
yeah, Anthony, is because it's Halloween,
Oh, great.
candy corn. Is that really candy or is that just nonsense?
That's just nothing but sugar.
Candy corn is amazing. You bite it off at
Ugh.
each level. You have to bite the point off, and you try to not get in the white. It's the Halloween game.
I haven't heard of the Halloween game, but I know I used to like it when I was a kid.
You make a candy corn, and everyone tries to bite, and see who gets the color, all of the one color, and then you go, yeah.
You see that? You just stick them in my gums and make them like teeth. Yeah,
That's a boy thing. I don't think a lot of girls do that.
awesome
I'm with you,
candy.
Nancy. Candy corn, awful candy.
Yummy candy. I used to melt that stuff down and put it in buttercream icing to make a candy corn flavored icing. Yeah, it's good stuff.
So, last question I'm going to end the show with Wraith Prince, and this is directed at the Wraith Prince.
Oh.
How does a Wraith Hunter celebrate Halloween?
By going to bed.
You would have got the same answer from me, Michael.
Yeah.
Anthony, good stuff.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I love asking questions like that because the answers, it's like, are always so vastly different than what you expect.
Yeah, going to bed. Hey, Donna, you came in late. It's already over.
I saw Donna the other day watching Jen's show. Hey, Donna.
Yeah, Donna is an awesome psychic medium.
Cool.
Yep, we were on an hour and a half ago. We started, Donna, so you can happily watch the replay.
See, we need to have Donna on the show.
There you go.
I see her all the time. We travel in the same circles.
Yeah,
we can. I have one opening left this year, Donna. If you want it, just message me. We can get you on.
Yep, we should have Donna for sure.
But so as we're wrapping this up, where can people find the Wraith Prince?
The Wraith Prince is there's two. There's the Wraith, and then there's the Wraith Prince. There's like 4 of us. But the one you want to find is just you can do it on Facebook, Wraith World Podcast. You can follow that one or follow Wraith World's Oracle of Darkness, Texas Wraith Hunters YouTube, Texas Wraith Hunters on Facebook. What else?
Check out crystals.
Yeah, and unless you want to go to RSS Radio, I'm on that also. That's it's Wraith World Podcast, and then also too for all your they're all over the place. Oh, like that one for all your really nice crystals and stuff. It's a dragon.
They have the cutest turtle. You like go sideways with it and it like shimmers. It's beautiful.
We got a bunch of turtles.
Yeah, the turtles are super pretty.
That's Wraith Worlds from the dust, crystals, and minerals.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on.
Oh yeah, it's been fun.
We'll definitely have to have you back on and talk some more, and maybe even do a collaboration where stop by in your neck of the woods and go hang out at that one place we're not going to mention so that you don't get cut out.
Yeah, I gotta find a place to stay.
Oh yeah,
But
You
have you been to Goatman's Bridge?
I have.
I haven't.
I've been there like 5-6 times.
I
Yeah.
get invited, but I never go. I don't know why. I always smell bread when people talk about it. It's so weird. Like I just smell like bread. It's the weirdest thing. Everyone laughs about it.
I can't explain that one.
I don't either. I don't know.
He was a goat farmer. And there's no bread factories around him.
I just smell bread. I don't know. It's just what it is. Someday somebody will be like, "Oh,
did you find the place that was built there where they do the rituals?"
Are you talking about the concrete slab that's got the Ouija board painted on it?
No, this is like a little. It's like a structure that they built in there.
No, I haven't seen that.
It's built out of
I did find an area though where there was like a bathtub and it looked like a house was there, but it was like debris all over.
Yeah,
like a storm destroyed it.
No, this is built out of the trees.
Oh wow!
Ooh,
because when you do
check that out,
because when you do any type of witchcraft, that type of witchcraft is you use the trees or you use branches. You tie them up or whatever. But there's a big structure in there that's made out of. See, I haven't even been there, and I already know this. You've been there 4 times.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I wasn't looking for the structure in the trees, made out of the trees. I was trying to find his house, and come to find out, his house is in an open field.
Yeah.
And the spot that everyone goes to, that's the concrete slab that's got a Ouija board painted on it, was a haunted house. I found out that was torn down.
Yeah. Well, when I go down there, because I go visit over there now, so I'll hit you up and we'll go find it.
Definitely.
Sounds like it's fun.
And when I'm in your neck of the woods, I'll reach out and see if we can't make something happen.
Yeah. Oh, there's nothing over here. That's why I'm moving. There's nothing but dirt.
I'm talking San Antone. When I San Antone.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be good bait.
Oh my gosh.
Anthony, you've probably experienced this too. I love when people that don't live in Texas hear, like, you and I are both, and like Michelle lives in Texas, and they assume we're all a stone throws away from each other and hang out all the time. And it's like, no, we are like hours apart. And they're like, no way.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Granbury, so Mike's like hour and a half. And then I don't know, where are you out of?
Odessa.
Oh, Odessa.
Yeah.
God, you're like 6 hours west.
So now you know nothing but dirt.
Now exactly why you're going.
Yeah. But you got Stonehenge. I'll give you that.
Oh, I love that place. I always wanted to go listen to music there.
Oh, I know what I was going to ask you, Anthony. When you're in around the San Antonio area, do you go to Ingram?
I haven't been there yet.
I want to check that out, because you know what's in Ingram, right? It's got the Morai heads from Easter Island, Stonehenge. It's got all these like monuments of like historic value that are all over sitting there. And I was like, wait, what?
I wonder if that creates some kind of energy when you reproduce, when you do that.
I wonder.
I'm like, I want to just be, and part of me selfishly wants to go over, because I know I'll probably never step foot on Easter Island, and like photograph myself with one of the Morai heads and be like, look what I got to check out, folks.
Yeah, that'll be cool. What's the name of the show? Or hit your Facebook?
Yeah, Michelle, you can just.
Okay.
I'll message you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donna, I'll message you on Facebook.
Yeah, Michelle's really good at getting a hold of me, so you can definitely connect through her, and I'll get the information and we'll get you all hooked up. But with that being said, happy Halloween to everyone. Or as some of our friends say, blessed Samhain, happy Hallows Eve, and have a great fun night, and just take it easy on the candy. Remember, you have 2 days to eat it, so you don't have to eat it all tonight.
Hey, Linda, you came in right at the end.
Okay. All right, Donna, well, just find me on Michelle Gray. My email's up at the top. I'll find you. I'll catch her. Okay. Happy Halloween, everyone. Anthony, thanks for
All right. Thank you for having me on. It was fun.
Thank you. It was a blast. And so with that, have a spooky night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
You have just listened to the energy that surrounds us with your host, Michael Kopf. Be sure to tune in next week for our next episode.